said good day, sir!
Hello guys, and welcome to my stream, or rather my recording. I don't even know what I should call it. It's kind of both. At any rate though, my name's Epi and I highly appreciate you guys watching this game of the defense. And as you can see right down here, it is Absolute Legends going up against CompLexity, so Australia versus the United States. We're currently loading into the game as well, and I'm pumped for this. I'm pretty pumped for this. Cool new layouts here as well. Shout out to my girlfriend. Very nice stuff. She put in a lot of work and focused hard to produce this type of stuff, and I hope you guys like it as well. Let me know if you enjoy this artwork more than the one after that. I certainly do. And hey, guys, the game is starting, so it looks like we have ourselves a great game of Dota. So let's see how this here goes. Let me switch you into it. There we go. And as I said, Absolute Legends going up against CompLexity. Absolute Legends actually just played against... I'm not even sure who they went up against. Maria had the stream up on the side, but I was focused on other things. I know they just played against someone else in the defense. I wasn't able to catch that because I was still at work. It looked like they were winning though, against whoever they were playing against. Maybe Maria can look at the schedule on Join Dota or something to get that one up. We're in the draft, and for the draft I have a draft screen. Bam, there we are. Awesome guys. Absolute Legends, CompLexity, fluff and stuff against Godot here in what we call the most technical phase of the game, the draft. Toby said also that Vlad would just be like chit-chattering about the draft, not even caring about what's being picked up. Excuse me, I'm just gonna check. It was 4FC, so it was a Swedish team. Absolute Legends against 4FC, and who won? Absolute Legends did indeed win. Awesome. So first ban is that Lishrak, and as we are still in the draft, I have to close my window. I forgot about that because there's people driving by and just yelling things and having loud motors. Missed anything? Oh, but I muted myself, and I'm back, and we barely missed anything because Invoker got banned out now from Godot. Godot. Not even sure how to call him. And up to now, relatively standard picking and banning. Actually, there's go to Reddit Dota 2. I think on place 1 there's like this new website where you can draft against random strangers. So it's not actually just playing Dota, but it's like a thing in your browser where you can just practice your drafting against anyone else on the internet. So it's like live going up against each other. And I did that today at work, but after I realized that I let Darkseer through as well as some other really imba hero, Lycan. I let Lycan and Darkseer through, guys. I just closed the window, I left the game. But it looked fun. So you can practice your drafting skills there on the internet. And here in our draft right now we have Chaos Knight gone, Leshrac gone, as well as Darkseer and Invoker. So Darkseer barely ever making it through the first ban phase. But Chaos Knight, for some reason, I do have to say, I think Chaos Knight is a hero that you can really deal with at the moment. He is usually played as a ganker, and you get those drums on, we get those treads. He has a really big HP pool, some good armor as well, and the cooldown on a level 4 Reality Rift is ridiculously low. I think it's like 5 or 6 seconds, so you can use it really frequently while chasing, and the positional advantage that you get through chasing, because it gets obviously that enemy closer to yourself, is just one of the things that make him such a good ganker. He also profits a lot from the kills he gets, and his damage output, his physical damage output through that Phantasm use is ridiculous. So now Lycan gets banned out. I was worrying about that one. Chen is also gone. Nature's Prophet will be first pick. Calling that. If it's not Nature's Prophet, what else could it be? Enigma's still in the pool, but there's Nature's Prophet, Windrunner still in the pool, Lone Druid as well as Brewmaster still in the pool. Beastmaster and Enchantress, of course, a strong jungler, because Chen almost always is gone because, man, get that mech up on a Chen with that ultimate, and you can just go into a team fight, be completely, like, start the team fight completely idiotically, and you go in and you get like nuke down basically, mech, Chen heal, and you're like, okay, let's start over. We just messed up. It really gives you the edge in team fights, and that is the reason why Chen is such a strong hero. Just apart from maybe the fact that he can convert any creep, well, not any creep, but you know what I mean. He can convert those creeps and use them as well for pushing. He frees up a lane because he's a jungler. He can send allies back. He has a nuke and a slow. It's just a ridiculous hero. You just need a skilled player to pull him off. So Enchantress is usually the hero that gets left over, and she's not to be underestimated either, man. Those impetuses deal a crapload of damage. Art style play is a really good Enchantress as well. And Beastmaster as well as Enchantress, I think, build a very strong foundation of this draft. Beastmaster, obviously, with that hawk, he can give some really good vision all around the map. It goes invisible at a certain level. I think it's starting at level 3 with invisibility, or level 4 then. The Quill Beast, obviously, is nice for slowing enemies down, and that can also be used for scouting. And the Roar, obviously, is just a BKB piercing stun, disable, deals okay damage. And Broodmother was still in the hero pool. I forgot about that one. And yeah, Broodmother, a very, very strong hero. I didn't mention the 2 picks that Fluff and Stuff picked up in the meantime, though. Lone Druid as well as Tidehunter. So Tidehunter is a very tanky hero. Kraken Shell will remove any type of negative buffs on him every time 600, I think it's 600 damage is taken. So that will remove things such as Fiend's Grip even from what's his face? Bane Elemental. And other debuffs. Basically all debuffs, despite for Doom, I think. Doom doesn't get dispelled. And that Ravage is a very, very good teamfight ultimate. We see also many teams, even in pro games, picking up a Refresher Orb, not because it's it's not even like a pub item. It's even a competitive play. It's just amazing to have such a large AoE disable nuke twice. It's ridiculous. Lone Druid obviously is a very strong hero, very strong pushing. His power begins to come into effect at the mid game, to the later stages of the mid game, if he gets some good farm and rushes that Radiance. If he can get that up at like 20 to 25 minutes, he will be a problem. And even throughout the late game, that threatening character about Lone Druid is not going to stop because he has 12 slots. He can carry 12 heroes, 12 items. He can carry 6, and his bear can carry 6 as well. So if it goes really late, then you're screwed against the Lone Druid, basically. And Nature's Prophet, obviously, I don't think I have to delve into the facts or into the pros of this hero and why exactly his first ban, first pick material. But Nature's Prophet seems to be the poison of choice of the teams. You can always see that many times they certainly never want to give away Lycan. A Darkseer also barely ever makes it through, and a Chen as well. And then we have heroes such as Invoker, Broodmother, and Leshrac there that kind of get thrown into those bans as well. But it appears that Nature's Prophet is kind of the hero that people are okay with giving away. Unlike a Lycan, for example. If you give that one away, then you'll be face palming. And actually, Fluff and Stuff is through the second ban phase right now, so Mirana actually getting banned out. I think that's interesting. I think that's really interesting. In the past couple of games we've casted, it just turned out that Mirana, even with that Aquila, the Treads or the Phase Boots, and the Bottle as well as then a Yasha, she doesn't do a lot. She doesn't contribute a lot to team fights. She has a nuke. She's a good she's a great ganker if you can hit that arrow and then come in. But when it comes to team fights, her DPS output is just not enough. She doesn't do enough, in my opinion at least. And then we have Earthshaker, also banned out. So they are worried about that counter team fight. But what we still have left is Enigma. And Enigma is a good hero because of 2 reasons. One, he is an extremely versatile hero when it comes to laning. You can throw him into the jungle, you can throw him onto a lane. We saw Sing Sing laning the middle lane against Dara's God. He had an Invoker. He played that Invoker on Exort as well, so he had some really great lasting damage. But still, Sing Sing destroyed Invoker in the middle lane. Just because of Eidolons, you can deny EXP and just last it with that. And he did it amazingly. And you can also throw him in the jungle, in case I didn't say that, and also onto the long lane because of that demonic conversion. And Crystal Maiden, 4th pick for Fluff and Stuff. Response pick from Goddard is Woundrunner. A very strong hero that's still left in the pool. I think she has some of the most well-balanced and all-encompassing skill sets of any hero in Dota. Simply because Shackle is a very good disable. You have the possibility of disabling 2 heroes also at the same time for over 4 seconds on level 4. Power Shot, great long range nuke, good for anti-pushing, good for killing, good for teamfight. Wind Run, amazing chase slash escape mechanism, which also slows the enemy if you're in the close vicinity. Many pub people underestimate that actually. It always kind of gets on my nerves when I'm chasing, and I'm like a Beastmaster for example, and I have a Wind Runner on my team and I'm chasing, but I'm out of range. I can't get my Quill Bore into range to slow further, and I see that the Wind Runner that is way closer still has Wind Run up and doesn't use it to apply that slow to the enemy as well, so I can get into range. So that's one point that many people miss, is that you can use Wind Run offensively as well. Obviously it is used as a long lane solo Wind Runner as a defensive skill, so you can get out of the bad situations. Wind Runner will be happy that CompLexity didn't pick up heroes such as Venomancer, whose level 1 Venomous Gale has such an immense slow that even that Wind Run will not get you out of harm's way in time. Last pick now for Fluff and Stuff is Queen of Pain. Crystal Maiden also got picked up. So look at their lineup and just try to think about what that lineup will do for you as your and your team. If you're like newer to the game, then just look at that right now. I will focus on Absolute Legends. I'm wondering what's going to happen. Obviously, Enchanters will be jungling. They will throw Broodmother onto a solo lane, and they have. And I would think that they will actually give the middle lane to Beastmaster. Actually, Windrunner can also do the middle lane. So both heroes though are able to do the long lane. Windrunner is obviously that long lane hero that is more traditional because she can stand in lane a little bit at least. She can get some last hits with auto attacks. If she's careful, she can get some last hits with power shot, and she can always get out of a bad spot if like enemies come around from the backside with that wind run. She can get out of there. Beastmaster is a little bit different. He's got some good base HP. He's got some good base armor. But he doesn't have that escape mechanism. So what he will usually do is he will go for safe last hits if he knows that there's no way that if he moves in and gets that last hit, moves back, that in that time there's no way that he's going to get killed. He will usually stand relatively far back and then stack Ancients with his axes. And Lich is the last pick from Absolute Legends, which completely throws me off my game. I don't know how they're going to lane this. Dual lane mid maybe, or maybe Lich roaming, or Lich at least with Beastmaster and having solo lanes for Windrunner as well as Broodmother. We'll see how this goes. And I think CompLexity has a very strong lineup because they have good nuke, they have a good composition. They have that global presence and the mobility from Nature's Prophet as well as Queen of Pain. Let me quickly switch you guys into the game here. I do also have to do... Oh man, sorry guys. I also have to do the defense. I forgot about doing this here earlier. My apologies. I have to put this down here. But the game is paused anyway. And I will get back to that train of thought I had earlier. That one being that they have a really nice composition in that. Let me actually go over here. Nature's Prophet, just a very strong map control hero, a strong lane control hero in Queen of Pain with a great magical damage burst output. TC, or Lone Druid, TC is who's playing him, does some great physical damage. Hannah Montana on that Tidehunter will have that big teamfight ultimate, and Crystal Maiden, played by Ix Mike88, will have some good nukes as well. Frostbite as well as Frost Nova, really nice. Freezing Field can also be used in good situations, especially if you are abusing the fog as well. So Crystal Maiden and support here that is certainly not to be underestimated. And I really like the team composition of CompLexity. I think it is a very well-rounded team they got for themselves here. And both teams, we see them now heading up toward the top lane. Snoopy will be playing Lich for Absolute Legends. Bleak will be playing Windrunner. Risk, by the way, rejoined Absolute Legends. So, but at the moment, Absolute Legends playing with the old lineup. You know, old kind of in a way. Shaitan playing Broodmother and Musica on Beastmaster. So it will be Beastmaster mid, Godot on Enchantress in the Woods. Long lane solo Bleak on that Windrunner who's going up against some trees. And on that top lane, okay, that's interesting. So Broodmother placed down her net and then went down to the bottom lane. And now I'm sad that I don't have a co-commentator with me who could analyze why this just happened, because you know I can't see everything. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Hannah Montana, okay, Tidehunter will be put up against Broodmother. As you can see by that stout shield, he will skill Anchor Smash for sure. He will put many points into that because it's a great tool to go up against those spiders. Not only does it nuke them down and kill them and give gold to him, but it also reduces the damage, as you can see there, by 40%, and that's a lot, especially with those spiderlings. And then you have a 20 damage block with a 60% chance of that happening. So it will be Hannah Montana Tidehunter against Shaitan on that Broodmother. Middle lane, Musica up against Lone Druid. Rock in the middle, guys. Looking good. So let's quickly do a comparison of lane advantage here, because Lone Druid has 3 armor and 530, and I think Musica will have 5 or 6. No, it's 4 and 648 HP. But then again, TC has that big bear, and he's making good use of it, getting Musica down to 280 HP already in the first minute of the game. Bleak on the top, already eating a tree. Jo will be playing Queen of Pain, as I pointed out earlier. Already picking himself up Magic Stick. And actually will be Snoopy on Lich supporting Windrunner. So that's kind of unorthodox, but I guess it makes sense. You want to keep that lane locked down. Some anti-warding also happening from IX Mike. He wants to make sure that he can always be pulling on that top lane, get all of the advantage out of it as he can get. And now Godot rotating in is forcing Hannah Montana to move into a bad spot. The nuke is also going out, and he now realizes that he's most definitely dead. He tries to suicide to the creeps. Stun from the Centaur hits perfectly. And we'll see who gets the last hit. First blood goes to Enchantress. Godot timing the nuke of his Satyr Hellcaller perfectly there. And first blood goes to the girl with the annoying voice. IX Mike pulling on the top lane. Those Wildkins are one of the most sought after creeps in the early stages of the game, because this tornado is just so imba. Does a great amount of damage, gives some great vision as well, and also he has that toughness aura. 3 bonus armor to every unit in the vicinity. Middle lane Musica 4 for 0. TC, oh man, 10 for 3. He's been doing a great job. And now slow it on Bleak as well. He does have his wind run, but he's getting harassed quite a bit. He has to use his last tango right now, so he's left with just a healing salve right now. Fluff and stuff. He will be jungling, and I haven't seen a Furion in the past couple of weeks that never went for a Handamitis first, so I think that's what he's going to go for. Right, as you can see, the Anchor Smash hasn't picked up. 3rd level now hit, and 2 levels put into that. 1 to Gush for that slow and a little bit of armor reduction, so he can be of some use for his teams if shit ever hits the fan. Now Music on the middle lane managed to pick up his bottle, so he went for the bottle rush build, which is always nice. I like to do that with Beastmaster as well. Just go for that salve in the beginning, or even a tango, doesn't really matter. And 3 Ironwood branches. You can put those, invest those into... Oh man, Magic Wand later. Because those 3 will then free up your inventory slot. You will have that Magic Wand, and then rush that bottle, because you will have like 200 to 300 gold left right in the beginning of the game, and by that 2-minute mark you can have that bottle up. 3-minute mark hit. Who's got the rune? Not too sure. And Godot actually smoked up with his Centaur right here and realized that this here... Oh, Lone Druid picked up the illusion rune, that's why we have an illusion sitting here. And Godot realizing that it's an illusion because only actual heroes can dispel the effect of Smoke of Deceit. So he's basically just waiting right now for his chance to come in, waiting for TC on that Lone Druid to move out a little bit too far, at which point in time this boar will come in and slow him down, making it possible for Godot to come into position. Oh, okay, one sec, I have to take care of this. In-game commentary is broken. I'll put it on nonetheless. I forgot about that earlier. The game is starting right now. I might miss that gank, so I'm hurrying right now. Here we are. Now Godot moving, and he has a Centaur as well, but TC moving the perfect way. Slows up from Enchantress, so stun. He's in the range right now. He will stun right now. Oh, Cold TC is stunned. Nuke also goes out. Now the auto attacks will be enough. That slow from the boar is way too much, and Enchantress gets another kill right now. Both kills of this game, the only 2 kills, go to the Enchantress. Godot has been doing a very good job ganking the bottom lane and then the middle lane, and Musica was at a disadvantage in the middle lane. He has been out-farmed by that Lone Druid, and Godot did exactly what he needed to be doing, which is free his friend from that grip of the enemy. Shaitan has 8 for 4, and Titan has 18 for 2. That's ridiculous. Man, Chatan's not doing very well in that Brute, and now top lane in the woods. I see a TP coming from Nature's Prophet. Fluff and Stuff is here. He has a Sprout in level 1. Frostbite's out as well, and they realize they don't need it. Auto attack from Fluff is enough, and down goes Bleak on that Windrunner, making the score in this game 2 for 1 thus far. At the 4-minute mark, goal is basically dead even. EXP in the favor of the Radiant. And item-wise, there's not much coming out just yet, but Tidehunter already going for the Ring of Health, so he's doing great. He's doing amazingly. He can totally stand up against this Brute Mother right now. She just bought up the recipe for the Soul Ring. Bottom rune being contested now, but Beastmaster bottling that one up. He'll be happy about this. Jo on the top lane, 15 for 3, 3 charges on his magic stick, 4 right now. And Bleak is sitting on 13 for 3, 5 for 1 on Lich, so he's also getting some last hits. He's not being like 100% supportish. He also snags up a few last hits here and there. So we'll actually see how this goes. Let's think about some item progressions here. I can imagine Chatan going for the traditional build, maybe going for an Orchids first. But I personally am a fan of that Yasha. Oh man, Entangle on Musica getting some good damage. He has to run away, and look at that. 1 Entangle equals around 300 damage just by auto attacks. So he will throw out his axes most likely soon. Yeah, here he goes. And either he will just throw him out after the cooldown one more time. I think he will do that. And then exchange some last hits maybe. Hannah Montana on the bottom lane. Getting slowed, and here's Goddard on the top lane. Actually, Lich went down to Queen of Pain, but I keep my eyes on here. Tidehunter actually surviving. He's 2 tank. And Windrunner also dropping. Sorry guys, I tried to not miss the action, and I missed 2 kills on the top lane that way. And CompLexity getting 2 kills. So Fluff and Stuff obviously TPing in, doing some good damage of spreading out the tankage of that tower. Except for Jo here. He could have also, one thing you can do guys, he was running over here and then he blinked over there and the aggro of the tower was still on him. He could have just A-clicked his creep right there and then the tower would have stopped attacking him. But I guess it was in the heat of the moment he didn't do that. In about 6 seconds we'll have ourselves another rune, and Musica is hoping it will be on the top lane so he can use that regen rune right away. He's using it right now. And he's lucky, he gets that haste. Hannah Montana, sad tide. 2 for 3 this kill score right now in this game. Gold lead is in the hands of CompLexity. Hannah Montana still doing good. Chatan now has his Soul Ring up. 3 levels in Spider Legs, 3 levels in Spin Web, so he has some decent HP regen, plus 6 HP regen. So he has 9 when he's sitting in his web in combination with that Soul Ring. Now he can be a little bit more aggressive. What he can also do is just use that Soul Ring and then nuke him down as well. Because he will get the HP back that he's paying for the mana. And he will regen his HP faster than Tidehunter. But he has a plan for sure. Yeah, there he goes. That nuke's out. So he's doing what a Brute Mother does. We have another movement coming from Goddard right now, but not underneath the smoke. He does have that net creep, and he wants to get in there. Now a roar on TC to get the initiation done. Great move here from Musica, as well as Goddard. Oh, the Wildkin drops though, and the Impities are just doing so much damage, and TC drops. Entangle on Musica holds him in place a little bit for 2 or 3 tower hits. Getting around to 230 HP, but that Lone Druid dropping a second time in the game. So he's been stalled a lot in his farm. Bottom lane, now you can see slowly that Chatan is getting a hold of this lane, and that's just the thing with the Brute Mother. It's just an unfair hero to lane against. And the Scream even goes up from Queen of Pain on the top lane, just caught the end of this. And now Snoopy also looks in big trouble. The slows out on him, the damage over time. Just the auto attacks from Jo getting the kill. The slow is actually out on Windrunner. She dropped. And the double kill now on Queen of Pain. He's spinning out of control. 31 lasts on him. Power threats set on intelligence, and just a really slick initiation. He was just moving around his lane, just minding his own business. All of a sudden he stopped and then threw out his Scream and blinked in and just unleashed hell on his enemies. And they were not prepared for this. Just a really nice movement of him. He will even find himself a double damage rune right now. Goddard has to be careful not to show himself. Enchant skilled all the way through 2 Nature's Attendants and 1 in his ultimate. With Impetus, it's one of those skills where if you know it's the last, if you're chasing after an enemy and you know for sure that you will only be able to get 1 last attack in and that you won't be able to chase anyway afterwards, just throw that imp out and then run back to your base, like run away from the enemy to maximize the damage. There have been several cases in which that actually netted me the kill, especially when it's like a Slardar and he's sprinting away from you. Shatan now catching up on farm, 40-11, 47 for 2, so Tidehunter is slowly losing his grip on this lane, but he's been doing very good nonetheless. Level 7 on him, level 8 on Shatan. So that's the purpose of a Tidehunter. He's just a very good hero to stand up against this hero. No, Snoopy as well, Skoda coming in. Will he get that nuke? Yes, it does go off. Even Prophet now coming in. Hammer Time turns around to ultimate, misses completely. Just a really good movement from Absolute Legends here. They just backed out just in time, Frostbite out on Goddard, but they won't be able to follow up on this. Really nice movement from Absolute Legends. I totally thought that this move from Tidehunter would get at least 2 of them into a Ravage. But they were keeping their cool and backing off just in time. Musica in the middle lane again. Now finish up a Medallion of Courage. Bleak is doing what Windrunner is very good at doing. If you're losing the lane against the Queen of Pain, don't go and lane normally, because she can just blink in, slow you, and start nuking you down. She even has her ultimate up in 2 seconds, so she can actually kill that Windrunner right now if she wants to. But Bleak's doing a good thing. He's standing quite a ways back. That's a long distance that he's staying back right there. And that is the distance that's even needed. Even the power shot hitting through all creeps as well as the enemy hero. Now a defensive blink from Jo. He realizes that there might be some heroes around in the vicinity. They don't have that many wards up. They just have one right here. So if any movement were to come in from over here, rather like this, through this little gap here, he would not have caught that. So he just wants to be safe. And Goddard now even using the opportunity of those spiders, tanking it up to secure himself some last hits. Actually, that's Snoopy. That's Lich. Goddard is on the Enchanters. Picked herself up some Arcane Boots as well. I'm actually really interested to know what Brute's going to go for. Tide just hanging back at his tower. He knows exactly what's in store for him. And they could actually push here pretty soon. Ultimate also up on Lich. Musica 31 for 2. And TC 54 for 14. Let me do a quick farm check. 54 on both Hannah Montana as well as TC, so they're doing very good. 57 on Brute Mother. Goal advantage in the favor of the Dire. And now there's a big wave coming out on the bottom lane. Now Snoopy and Goddard will show themselves. They will dive actually. Nuke outs on Hannah Montana. That starts it out. Gush is out. Slow on her as well. Even the ultimate from Lich. That will definitely secure the kill. That big Frostball will get the kill. Sprout out as well. Where's that Queen of Pain? Where'd she get the kill? Yes, she got a kill on Lich actually. And Goddard also looks to be in a little bit of trouble. And Shatan also right there. It's so much damage from that nukage. Shatan actually manages to drop that Nature's Prophet before he himself goes down. Now Musica also there with the Roar. 3 heroes dead for Complexity. Queen of Pain fell as well. 3 for 2. That was way too fast. Middle lane gets pushed though by TC. Tries to make the most out of the situation. And we'll see if they want to continue pushing. It doesn't appear like they do want to. IX Mike is here on this Crystal Maiden. A little bit low on mana. That's why that Clarity has been used. And all in all, this is a really tense game up to now. I can't give the advantage to any team right now. Obviously, Complexity have 1 tower advantage. But kill score is 7 for 7. Oh, man, look at that. How did I open this menu here? Interesting. Items. So, Nature's Prophet did pick up that Hand of Midas. Gonna go for a mech next. Erna Shadow's also up, indicating that he will be always joining in on those team fights. Necro Book being attempted by Queen of Pain as well. She shouldn't be all too far off from that one. And I wonder what Tide's gonna go for. Maybe he's gonna go for a Blink right now, or he might finish a Vanguard. Just to tank up a little bit more. And Shatan actually. 1300 gold on him. So he has been having a relatively hard time farming. Because he also died in those team fights. But 70 last hits on him right now. That's still a pretty good good statistic. And Bleak on the top lane, he has been on a very depressing lane for himself. But he could buy up those phase boosts right now, and even 50 last hits for that hard lane and 3 deaths. That's nice. Those 50 last hits, that's nice for sure. But dying 3 times, that might be a problem. Pingo's out now from Fluff and stuff. They have vision of this. The Treant actually spotted out an Absolute Legends hero here. But this Queen of Pain has a level 4 blink, so it has a 5-6 second cooldown. So she'll be very tough to bring down. And then again, we have heroes in the immediate vicinity and Nature's Prophet who can just come into those team fights. So Absolute Legends have to be careful because they may be outnumbered way faster than they think. So right now it's all about focusing on last hitting. Oh man. I like this though. I like sending those spiders out if you have a decent chunk of them, you don't know what to do with them. Especially if you have a Tide Hunter with a very strong AoE nuke and that Anchor Smash level 4, that's 225 damage. Don't want to just feed your spiders to them. So send them into the woods, do some damage there. There's an Invis rune on the bottom lane, and this could be dangerous. He's gonna grab that up right now. He's gonna be scouting. He's gonna find Godot rotating in. He will secure that high ground one more time so he has that vision. His mates know what's up now. That's why TC's backing off in the middle lane. Phase boots up on him. How's this bear looking, by the way? Where's this bear at? Not even sure. Musica using that. Oh man! Hannah Montana moving in there. Even using the ultimate after his gush, getting on 2 heroes. Where's Prophet? He needs to be TPing in. There he is. Musica will drop. Hannah Montana will take fall right after. 1-4 on the exchange thus far. And the ultimate from Lich is just bouncing around, and that should be the end. That is the end of it right now. But in the meantime, Brood taking down the tower on the bottom lane. So this is an advantage at the one for AL. And now CompLexity take the advantage back by pushing the tier 1 mid. Snoopy being slowed by that Frost Nova. Queen of Pain, that would have been an easy kill for her. She only has 500 and some HP. And her ultimate was up. And if Bleak would have counter-initiated with a Shackle, his teammates would have been there as well. One Imp. Just because he caught her in a backwards movement does 201 damage, and that's on level 1, guys. So Godot will most certainly be heading toward an Aghanim Scepter relatively soon. Oh, Blinking now from Jo. Even the ultimate used the burst damage. Might be too much for Godot, but the heal, level 4 heal is just too much. Ultimate also used on Jo, and she just managed to blink out in time, but Lich still went down, and Godot also in big trouble because Fluff and stuff as well as IX Mike are here, and Godot actually securing a kill before he himself goes down, so that's some very brave play out of him. He knew that he was surrounded, he knew that he was going to die, so he tried to make the most of it, and he did. He did get his team a kill on that low HP CM. So all in all, Jo has been pulling off some impressive play. So his movement doesn't give away what he's planning to do. And that is one thing that I complain about with my lane mates and pubs a lot, is that many people that are a little bit inexperienced, the enemy on the lane will immediately know what they want to do, just judging by their movement. If there's a creep wave sitting like this, and they're just farming, or like farming from over here, and they all of a sudden start running like straight above here, like to this wave, they will back out. They know what's going on. But if you like keep on like moving back and forth and just attacking the creep wave every little bit, just keep on moving back and forth, and then slowly coming closer and back again, just giving the enemy basically the impression that you're moving a lot while you're last hitting, will make it a lot more harder to predict when you are actually moving forward because you just do it to last hit, or because you want to get that kill. And that will create a little bit of a lag in reaction in the enemy, basically increasing your chances of successful initiation. TC and his bear just farming up 3.3k gold here. IX Mike guarding it off, and Jo also there. And smoke used right now, so let's see what CompLexity is up to right now. TC doesn't care about that smoke, he just wants to continue farming. IX Mike leading the charge. A 680 HP Crystal Maiden. They know that Bleak seems to be feeling really safe, so they might dive this right now. But they might be a little bit insecure because they don't have vision of all these heroes right there. They don't know where they're at. Even that Blink now coming out, he might suspect someone being there. Okay, that was an offensive Blink. They want to move down this way now. So here they go. Look at the minimap, guys. Bottom lane, convergence going on. Godot moving in. 2 heroes there from CompLexity. Here we go. Slow off stuff. He tries to TP out in time, and he does. Hannah Montana in a little trouble, but there's no slow up for those guys. Even using the gush, turns around to blink. This might have been a fatal mistake. Will this Impetus hit? I don't think it will. Because that would do some insane damage. It would do like 1 billion at least. Like 1 billion damage. Oh, it doesn't even arrive. Okay. Lucky Tide Hunter. Now the middle tier 2 being pressured as well. So TC is here with this bear, level 4, so it does some great damage. Bonus damage to those towers. Man, 40% bonus building damage. Look at how fast this is dropping. Now Musica coming in with an Invis rune. Blink going on Bleak. He looks to be in some dangerous territory. But actually it's CompLexity that are a little bit insecure about this right now. No, they're not. They take that tower down. What am I talking about? Securing themselves a big goal advantage, I assume. Let that gold graph update. Sitting above 3k. in favor of Complexity. Now teamfight erupting top lane. Top rune actually. Great shackle, 2 heroes. The nuke coming out. Ultimate from Queen of Pain getting a kill on 2 heroes. Now the ultimate from Lich is bouncing around like crazy. Snoopy also in big trouble. 3 heroes dropped now for Absolute Legends. Power Shot flies through, not able to get any kill. And Absolute Legends, man, just getting killed like crazy here. Jo is just playing a very, very strong Queen of Pain. Fluff and Stuff is always there as well. Hannah Montana's ultimates have been very ballsy as well. And Shatan is the secret weapon of Absolute Legends right now, but it's 20 minutes in. He doesn't have that Orchid completed just yet. 127 last hits. So he is farming nicely. Oh man, that ultimate just flying through. Roshan now finished. AL had no chance of challenging this. Aegis picked up by Lone Druid, of course. And his bear has that relic. So in about 200 gold, 1 or 2 creep camps, he will have a Radiance up on his bear. And that's a 20-minute Radiance. And you know what I was talking about earlier in the draft. We'll see if this is enough distance for the spawn to work. Nah, moving back just in time to block that spawn. Now Jo is farming even those spiders off with his scream and blinking right back out. So level 3 Necro Book also, so they do have that true side. Complexity is doing very, very well in this game. 2 outer towers still up for Absolute Legends, and the gold graph saying that Complexity has a big advantage. 6,000 gold. And EXP graph looks around the same. Titan will actually go for a pipe by the looks of it. So they are worried about that Lich ultimate. Basically the only thing at the moment that can really turn teamfights around. If they get caught in an unlucky Lich ultimate and it bounces between 2 heroes back and forth, then that can deal a great amount of damage. Lich just has to make sure that he gets those levels up, because he wants to at least have a level 2 ultimate by the time the next teamfight goes up, because Complexity is tanking up like crazy. And even a level 1 ultimate will not do that much. Mech now up on Prophet. Mech will be attempted by Musica even, so that goes to show. I don't know if Beastmaster Mech is like the standard ultimate, but it doesn't really matter, because on the bottom lane Snoopy gets frostbitten, as well as IX Mike, man, being really ballsy with his freezing field, and then sticking up, even getting a nice what's it called, heal from Fluff and Stuff. But here's a Beastmaster, well, and even the Mech heals. Musica now, they're being turned around on. CM drops like a CM does. Musica now trying to chase, but has to get himself out, because now that Lone Druid is here as well. Goddard now also in trouble. 2 heroes dead for each team, but look at this bear. It's too fast. Goddard is slowly burning down, and even Prophet now TPing in. This is one dead Enchantress. So tier 1 bottom is going to drop. Double kill on Lone Druid. 3 for 2 in favor of Complexity, and they will also secure their map advantage now. And in the meantime, top tier 2 dropped as well. Now the bottom tier 1 is going to drop in the middle lane. Also a very, very farmed Queen of Pain. I think she's going to go for an Aghanim Scepter next, or a Sheepstick, just to make sure that they can secure their teamfights. If they just get to make sure that the Brood is hexed, then there will be nothing that Absolute Legends can do right now, because Brood just purchased up her Orchid, and she's still very far way off from that BKB. And you got to keep in mind, guys, that during the laning phase it is way easier to attain gold, because you can move around the map freely. Right now what Complexity is doing, judging by these wards, as well as the stage of the laning here, they're assuming map control of this entire area right here. Oh, Shackle, great Shackle actually on Jo. 2 TPs coming in, it won't be enough though. Yeah, it wears off and he's able to blink out in time. So great Shackle, a little bit late in the reaction from Absolute Legends, and Jo gets out. Double damage up on him as well. They shouldn't chase too far, because this is a dangerous Queen of Pain, dealing 200 and what is it? Yeah, 52 damage just from the auto attacks. And this I really like the warding, securing themselves this area right here, the entrance into the forest as well, and this here. They will be pressuring the tier 2 bottom really soon as well. It appears that they just want to finish some sort of item right now. Aghanim Scepter up on Nature's Prophet. So they're not playing around, guys. Lone Druid even grabbing himself that Vladimir's offering, just to ensure that his teammates get a nice buff as well. In armor, it's 5 armor bonus, I think. Yeah, 5 it is, and that will make sure that those creeps are a lot harder to kill, and just adds some more pushing power. Musica has a mech as well as a medallion, so he would like to have more items. If you would only look at let's look at this item scoreboard again. And just do like a direct comparison. Pipe now up on Tidehunter. Even the support, IX Mike, manages to grab up some arcane boots with that magic wand. And keep in mind, she's been buying everything. She's been buying sentry wards, smoke of deceit, and observer wards. What else do we have? Yeah, Queen of Pain getting that ultimate up, so they will be going for a Hex. I like that item choice for sure. And on the Radiant side, we just have a 4-staff on Windrunner, Mech, as well as an Orchid. So, in terms of team fight, CompLexity has the advantage of a pipe, and that's a lot already. It decimates basically the Lich ultimate. And even the levels and the tankiness, because of that EXP advantage of above 12k, is just ridiculous. It will be very, very hard for Absolute Legends to win team fights. What they need to be doing right now is gank. They need to smoke up, catch a hero out somewhere, take him down, and then try to, or hope at least, that they catch a hero out somewhere around here or in their forest, so that they can use the hero advantage quickly to get themselves like a quick tier 1 tower over here, over there, just to get some quick gold. Because they're lagging behind in every aspect of the game. Map control, levels, as well as gold. They're at the disadvantage. Team fight, they're even at the disadvantage, I would say, because that Tidehunter ultimate as well as the Queen of Pain ultimates, not even to take into account the Lone Druid with this sick bear. And see, Shatan's trying to do his best to farm up that BKB as fast as he can. He knows that this is what he needs. He needs to have magic immunity to stand up against CompLexity, but they're not giving him the time. They're now moving into the bottom lane. And there's nothing that AL can do. As you can see, they're backing off right now. Maybe Bleak will go for deny. I could imagine that he will go for it, but they will certainly not try to defend. No deny, want to play it safe. We'll see if CompLexity wants to play safe either, or as well. It appears that they will continue, and they will now say that they want to go for the high ground. Treants are up. Creep wave moving in. This is what they're waiting for. In 8 seconds, the creeps will spawn on the Radiant side. Web placed from the Brute. Prepare that fight. Pipe is used as well. Taking the high ground from CompLexity. 26 minutes in. Here we go, guys. Nukes fly out. Trying to, yeah, Pipe now dispelled. Snoopy coming in, nuking down those creeps. Scream used from Jo as well. Tier 3 tower gonna take a fall here really soon. AL need to initiate. Hannah Montana doesn't have a blink, but he can just move in, resummon the bear. And it appears that CompLexity is actually happy with this. They're moving back. They got a tier 3. This gives Shatan a little bit more time to farm up that extra 1150 gold for the BKB, or will it? CompLexity is still hanging around. They're slow pushing this. They got themselves that tier 3 right here, and they move back onto their high ground right here. They have positional advantage if they fight off here. So they take out the creep wave, and we'll see what they will do afterwards. We'll see if they will move in with this creep wave or not. Maybe they're just waiting for the pipe. Pipe's not back up. Arcane Boots up as well. IX Mike as well as Tidehunter using that. TC also coming back in right now. The Aegis is still up. Actually, all lights are go. Like, all signs are set. Everything is set to go right now from CompLexity. Everything is going their way. Gold, EXP, items, levels. It's just all in their favor. Pushing power. And Absolute Legends do not have that precious tier 3 tower to help them out in team fights. Pipe now used, and man, CompLexity is not playing around. Initiation on Musica already dropping to low HP, immediately dying. Does he have buyback? He does not. This means Rax. We'll see if Absolute Legends... Yeah, they should stay back. They shouldn't fight. They can't fight. Oh, Shatan. Even using the ultimate. And the melee Rax on bottom fall. There's nothing they could do. Musica fell. He didn't even get to use his roar. He is the mech carrier. And this is very painful for Absolute Legends. Even a Ghost Scepter up on Crystal Vein, so if she finds herself with the focus, she will just use that. Or she will run in, use it, and then go Freezing Field. Also a nice variation. And this is what you should do, guys. If you have your enemy pinned against a wall, where you can do whatever we just saw here on the bottom lane, deprive them of their farm. This creep camp's gone. This is there. This one also. This one got farmed. And most importantly, this one got farmed. So all the creeps, or the neutral creeps on the Radiant side, are also under the hand of CompLexity. That's a big income source that is gone for Absolute Legends, and we can see right now that yeah, Brewmother still needs more gold for that BKB. 100 gold more, and then it's not even for certain that she will go for it. I think she will have to, but she will feel uncomfortable with it for certain. Yeah, there we go. Chicken flying out with a BKB, so they will fight right now. This is their hope. But the downside is no buyback for Brute. Snoopy, level 2 ultimate, so that's going there well as well. Level 2 roar as well. Goddard is there with level 2 impetus. But no sheepstick on Windrunner, so they will have to bank. Everything has to go their way. The Lich ultimate has to bounce perfectly. The Shackle has to latch 2 heroes. Goddard has to be able to keep on attacking, use that drum as well. He has to be able to throw imp after imp. Musica will have to roar the right hero at the right time, and AL will have to focus him down immediately, and then Brute will have to be able to go in there with a BKB and do what she can. Now here we go. Pipe is used. Jo using his Scream. This is more dangerous than it looks, guys. They can go in at any point in time. Tier 3 now also being pressured down to a third of its HP. Hannah Montana gets shackled. Imp flying out. He's taking a lot of damage. Imp the ultimate from Lich now perfectly. It will bounce. They have to split right now. But actually, Queen of Pain initiated, getting a double kill as well on Lich as well as Windrunner. Now the ultimate from Musica flies out. Jo might drop. Nice sprout from Fluff and stuff. Defensively even used. That's a nice variation. Musica will drop. Unstoppable streak on Queen of Pain. And now they will back out. And 2 heroes are dead for Absolute Legends. I didn't even see Jo blinking in there. Sorry for not being able to show you guys what's going on there. It was just so sneaky from him. And did they lose their Aegis? Yes, they did, but that's because Roshan was back up. And Absolute Legends know what they're doing right now, and they know that there's nothing that they can do to challenge it, because 2 of their heroes are down, and they will not be able to get there in time either way.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
So they will now go back to exactly where they were before. That's the thing if you have mech and your arcane boots up. You can basically just keep on pushing. That's also the beauty of that Urn of Shadows. That's a very nice item when it comes to sustaining your pushes. And CompLexity has very rarely needed to go back to base to heal up. They got it all on to go. Necrobook level 2 now even on Nature's Prophet. Jo got shackled, but Absolute Legends is not moving out, and even just sending in the bear to make quick work of these melee barracks. Wow. They even get it, just with the bear. Actually, she went for a Lincoln Sphere, Queen of Pain did. Look at that, gold difference. Look at the EXP difference. Items, top lane. Sprout on Shatan. Yeah, BKB and TP out. So there you go, 1 charge gone, 8 seconds left. And no tower. So map control is entirely going the way of CompLexity at the moment. Kill score is now 20-11. The early game was going the way of Absolute Legends, but they weren't able to capitalize on it properly because the team fights were won by CompLexity in turn securing the map control and not giving it back to AL. Now nighttime hits again at 30 minutes, and now they will make work of the bottom lane. So they got melee racks on bot, melee racks on mid. That's the more important component of the barracks. And now they're moving into the top lane. CompLexity playing this very smartly. Power shot flies through, Nova also going. Jo, I will keep my eyes on you, buddy. Look at the tier 3. AL knows they can't really reach it. Now Jo jumps in with a big ultimate. Musica drops immediately with that Scream and ultimate combination. And Enchantress also drops. And now Absolute Legends are unable to defend this. Queen of Pain, MVP of this game, that's for sure. Wow. Just a very nice play from CompLexity overall. So 4 heroes dead now for Absolute Legends, and CompLexity is going to finish. GG comes out from Snoopy. GG comes out from the rest. So wow, all in all, man, this is very good stuff. Ancient drops. Don't go anywhere, guys. We got another game, or no, 2 more games coming up for the defense tonight, so please stay tuned. CompLexity takes this win against Absolute Legends after 33 minutes. Nicely played from the Americans. I'll switch you guys back over to my face. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Epi. Highly appreciated. CompLexity takes the win against Absolute Legends. I will stop the recording here and let you know what's coming up next.